First of all, Canadians have said from coast to coast to coast that we want electoral reform. We want it. But in the absence of the two major parties offering it, despite promises from the Liberals to do so, they do it as well as they hope to do at the polls. This is what we experienced here in Ottawa Centre. We had 50,000 votes for the Liberal candidate in Ottawa Centre. That is historic. No one has ever registered an outcome like that here at any level of politics. And I think they wanted to send Poilievre and Trump a message. It's very clear to me. So when I have neighbors approach me at home, regretfully saying, "Oh, Joel, I decided not to back you this time," there's not a hint of anger in my mind. I know people wanted to send a message. I get it. I get it. The question is for the party, for the NDP, how do we understand this moment? As I said before, referencing that East Coast metaphor I got from my partner's family, we cannot control what swirls around at the top of politics as local community activists. If we try to, we'll drive ourselves mad. But what we certainly can control is how we react to this moment. Mr. Carney's got a lot of contradictions he's got to manage with the daily sideshow in the White House. He's been hired for that job, and we'll see if he can actually pull that off. He also, if I give credit to him, talked about some significant changes to our political economy that our party has been proposing, as you know, Libby, for 40 years, all the way back to Mel Watkins and Ed Broadbent and Rosemary Browne, people who were saying, we want to actually use the stuff that we make here for here. We want to be a model of an independent, resilient economy that serves our communities. And we want to encourage that all around the world. This is what New Democrats have been saying for 40 years. So Mr. Carney is talking about reverse integration of the economy, closing supply chains. Here locally in Ottawa, we actually have a situation where our neighbors on the other side of the Ottawa River in Gatineau in Quebec, they have a completely different hydroelectricity system. If we were to connect with that system, we would make game-changing moves in our emissions reductions. But decades of Liberal and Conservative politicians have said no. And why? Because Enbridge wants to bring up fracked natural gas from the United States to compensate for how we draw down our electricity in the province of Ontario. But if Mr. Carney is serious, this is what I'm hearing from local community activists, Libby, in the NDP and outside. We're going to hold him to these promises. We're still going to be the official opposition in our city. We don't need an elected seat to do that. We need an active citizenry, and we have that. We have that in Ottawa Centre, and I know that exists all over the country. Now, as for the leadership race, this is a really important moment for the federal NDP. We have to decide what will lead us back into electoral relevance. What is absolutely beyond debate is that we have political relevance in every community in this country. It doesn't matter what happened in these larger national wins, international wins that impacted this result. Our party is respected in big communities, small communities, suburban communities, rural communities, urban communities like mine. We have that. The question is, are we going to look for a leader who's going to make sure we can build on that local expertise that we have by encouraging community organizing at a local level? Or are we going to rely on very high-priced consultants in Ottawa, in Toronto, in Vancouver to direct us from above? That is, I think, the debate we need to have.